the Madman.
Welcome to more Titans from Titans. Today's theme of two Titans are good stats for the cost. Argus, the Emerald Star, 7 mana, 5/9. Minions to the left of this have Rush, and ones to the right have Lifesteal.
You will be repaid.
But don't expect much, right? Because the stats are quite good, so the ability shouldn't be that good. Show of Force. Reduce the cost of all minions in your hand by 2.
Hey, do you guys remember Ruined Mithril Rod? That card was so good. It was nerfed a few times.
Holy cow. Now, to be fair, most of the time when you're reducing things in your hand, the things that are really OP are spells, not minions. Obviously, this is taking Demon Hunter in a bit of a different direction, which is great. It's going to focus on a more minion oriented Demon Hunter. Argonite Army. Summon 4 2/2 elementals with taunt. What? What? That means if you add the stats together, that's 8/8 in stats, obviously. With the 5/9, you have 13/17 worth of stats. Plus, they're not just pure stats in terms of values. You actually have stats with abilities. 2 of the 2/2 elementals with taunt have Rush because they appeared to the left of Argus. And 2 of the 2/2 elementals with taunt have Lifesteal, which protect Argus and make Argus even more difficult to remove. Excellent card to play, Argus, when your opponent has a light minion presence on the board. So this is a good general use. All but cementing Argus is playable in all Demon Hunter decks because, I mean, that's just a lot of stats. Good stats for the cost. Crystal Carving. Discover a Death Rattle minion. It costs 3 less. This might seem kind of weak compared to the other options. It's just +1 card, but it does cost 3 less, and there is an interesting interaction with Argus in the sense that you place that Death Rattle to the left of Argus and immediately rushes, and the Death Rattle will then happen. And if that Death Rattle summons another thing, that can then rush again. Crystal Carving does strike me as more of the, hey, hey, I'm already doing really well, I just kind of want spare value. This is probably the choice that most people will pick third. But yeah, Argus the Emerald Star, that is a lot of value for the cost. And again, notably that Show of Force ability is really strong, pushes a minion-focused Demon Hunter deck. Mostly like big demons, if that is a thing. Argus will really help the big demon deck. Golganeth, the Thunderer. 6 mana, 5/7. Your first spell each turn costs 3 less.
Impressed by my thunderous display?
So don't expect much from the abilities here, because like this card, even if it had no abilities and was just a 6 mana, 5/7 with your first spell each turn costs 3 less, you could print that. It would be a pretty good card. You know, we're done here. Card's already good even without any abilities, like if it was just a minion. But let's take a look at the abilities. Don't expect much because, you know, already great stats for the cost. So let's start with Roaring Oceans. Deal 3 damage to all enemies and restore 6 health to all friendly characters. That's like Holy Nova Plus. That's worth 4 mana, 5 mana? Wait a second, that's unfair because the card was already like a 3 mana, 5/7. And then, okay, well that's really good. Obviously a control tool, like remove a bunch of enemy small minions while healing yourself and all your minions. That's pretty insane. What else can we do? With the Lord of Skies, deal 20 damage to a minion. Really specific play against one big threat. Good counter to other Titans, I guess. But the ability you're probably generally going to pick in the most common situation is Shargon's Wrath. Draw 3 overload cards. What? Draw 3? Wait a second, this even combos with the default ability. Your first spell each turn costs 3 less. So even if you didn't have a spell in your hand already, when you draw your 3 overload cards, you're likely to be able to get a spell that costs 3 or less, and you can immediately play it for free. Or if you had some spare mana, for example, you cast this on 10, you could actually play Pack the House with it, and really pack the house.
Job done.
which sets it up well to Roaring Ocean's next turn to heal all your guys. If you didn't have Overload cards in your deck, you probably are incentivized to put in a number of Overload cards when you put Golganeth into your deck, because then you can draw 3 of them. I wasn't even like kidding when I said, alright, this card didn't necessarily need abilities to be good, but all the abilities are insane on a body with great stats for the cost, and the body itself carries the very threatening discount on spells. Yeah, that card's being played in every single Shaman deck ever.